So the first thing I'm going to do is apply my Maybelline Baby Skin, and I'm just basically pressing it over the parts where my pores can be a little more prominent than I would like, but it's also to help smooth out the canvas for my skin, since I'm not using any BB cream or anything like that. Then I'm just gonna take a brow spoolie and brush my brows into place. Taking my Milani brow wax, I'm going to go ahead and apply that all over my natural brows. And then I'm taking my Coastal Scents Eclipse palette with the concealer shade that matches me, or is a little lighter. And I'm going to conceal the tail end of my brows, as you can see. And I'm just going to blend it out and conceal it as best as I can. And I'm going to keep applying until I get it concealed the way I want it to. And then I'm going to set it with my L'Oreal True Match Pressed Foundation. And, I look weird. I'm applying now my Coastal Scents Step 1 Eye Primer. I've been getting a lot of questions with regards to whether or not I like this primer, and I actually really do like it. I'm applying it all over my lid, on my lower lash line, and I actually took it past my brow near my hairline. With a fluffy brush, I'm going into my BH Party Girl palette and into that purple shade. And I'm going to be applying that like I would a transition shade almost. I'm taking it above my crease. But as you can see here, I'm blending it down towards the side of my nose, stopping where my tear duct area is, and then blending it up past my brows. Then with my Jordana 12-hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil, this is the brown one, I'm going to go ahead and draw in my new brows. And I'm kind of making this pointed, kind of straight up, to give it that theatrical kind of fantasy look. And then I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Then getting my spoolie, once again, I'm going to actually go in and blend that and run the spoolie to give it the texture and the look that I want it to be, so that it looks like brows. My sons laughed at me when they see me. They were like, "Whoa, Mom." Then in the BH Party Girl palette, I'm going to take the yellow, kind of lighter orange, and a darker orange, almost red shade. I'm going to apply the yellow to the inner corners of my eyes, blending it up towards the purple. And I'm just using a small flat shader brush. Next, I'm going to take that lighter orange and I'm going to apply it on the inner part of my eyelid, blending it with the yellow and then again up with the purple. And then taking that orangey red tone shade, I'm going to be blending it with that orange and on the outer part of my eye. Then taking the purple, once again, I'm going to be dragging that so that it has that kind of pointed look that I'm creating here. Drag that to connect to my lower lash line. And I'm going to be filling in the color so that it blends in with that orange that we applied on the lid. And I'm going to build this color up to the shade that I want, the deepness and tone that I want, while still blending so that it is a soft blend. Whoa. And adding more color again. Like I said, I want to work that so that it matches up to my lower lash line. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that palette again and into that matte brown shade with a fluffy brush. I am going to go ahead and drag that color meeting up with the purple and the bright yellow shade. So this will kind of give it that tone that I'm looking for. Back to the Eclipse palette. I'm going into the second to the last deep dark shade, and this is what I'm going to use to contour down the side of my nose. I'm dragging it with that purple and bringing it down so that it'll kind of drag that purple and blend it into the brown that I'm applying. Now you can decide whether or not you want to actually go with the purple onto this creamy base that we're putting on, but I decided to leave it as is. I didn't show this in a video, but I also contoured under the tip of my nose. Taking that dark color again, I went in and just messily applied it with a brush, and then now I'm blending it out with the brush I used to apply the foundation, just to give it that really chiseled look like I want it to be. With a liquid liner, I'm using my Jordana Fabu liner. I'm going to be applying a wing, and I'm going very far out, meeting up with my normal brow line. I am not going to make this very even. I'm really just coloring it in. The reason why is because when I started looking at it as I was shading it in, I noticed that the little parts where I didn't really connect the wing and it kind of had that jagged edge, it reminded me of trees, like tree branches. So I decided, instead of making that a crisp line, that I would go in and actually add a few jagged edges in the actual eyeliner itself, so that it had the effect that I was looking for, and I thought it looked really cool. I'm also going to bring that liner down near my inner tear duct, creating a point near my nose. Then I'm taking my Jordana 12-hour Made to Last pencil in black point. I'm going to be applying it to my waterline and my lower lash line, connecting it to the outer corner where that wing is. I forgot to show it here, but there is a creamy kind of shimmery shade in the BH Party Girl palette. And with a fluffy brush, I went ahead and just applied that as a highlight and blending it underneath the new brow that I applied. And it is kind of a creamy champagne type shade, just to give it a little bit more depth. Then I'm going into that kind of greenish brown, and I wanted to add a little bit more definition and dimension, so I'm going to be running that, as you can see, on my lower lash line, blending the purple with the brown. What I did here is I took MAC's Blue Brown and MAC's Fuchsia pigment and added a little bit of water, and then I mixed it together with the spoolie, as you can see here, and now I am flicking it on my skin to give my face a little bit of texture. It's a really cool look, and I love doing this kind of stuff with different shades. I would definitely add in some gold if you wanted to as well. I decided I wanted to add purple as part of my contour, so I went in with the same purple that I did my eyes over the brown contour with the fluffy brush I used to apply on my eyes, and I'm just blending it out. I like that this is a really strong contour, so you can leave it that way. I also went ahead and applied this purple to my forehead, where I would normally apply bronzer along my hairline. Just again, like I said, to give the look a little bit more dimension. Now I'm taking the ColourPop Lippy Sticks lip liner, and this is in a color Grind. It's a purple. I applied it all over my lips and shaded in nicely, and now I'm going to go in with J. Cat's Queen of Hearts Wonder Lip Paint, and I'm applying that now all over my lips to get that bold lip color. When I applied it, I didn't realize that I applied it messy at first, so I did have to go in and clean it up with a wipe. But you want to apply a deep, rich burgundy type shade, because it does come out to a nice purple. And that's the look we have going on here. I had to take my hair down, it was giving me a headache. I went ahead and applied some false lashes. I'm using Red Cherry's 45. I actually had to hold it up so that it would dry standing up like that, instead of its normal kind of fluttery natural look. So that's something you might want to, or might need to do, to give it that more spiky, whimsical look. Now I'm taking MAC's Reflex Glitter and Reflex Gold, and I applied it on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, and on my cheekbones. This is for some added glitter as well as sparkle, and it kind of gives my face a little highlighted effect. And I blend it out as I need. My face does have that kind of texture to it, like I stated before. That is the look, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it, because I enjoyed creating it. This is my Woodland Faerie inspired look. I love how easy this is to create, so definitely wing it. Ha! Did you see what I did there? And have some fun. I'll see you on my next tutorial, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Happy Halloween. Smooches!